What's going on, guys, and welcome back to the channel for another massive rebuild video. You guys seem to enjoy the Manchester United rebuild that I did, where the video didn't end until we replicated the United treble of the 1998-1999 season. So I'm bringing you guys another one, and again, this isn't just a standard rebuild. This one's got another little bit of a twist with it. We are at FC Barcelona because everyone knows the amount of financial woe that Barcelona are in right now. If you aren't aware, Barcelona currently have to trim, I think it's a ridiculous number off of their weekly wage bill just to register their new signings. So that means the likes of Aguero, Depay, etc. The players that they have signed, albeit on free transfers, they are not able to register them at present because of their current financial situation. La Liga just won't let them do it. So the idea of this rebuild is to balance the books of Barcelona, but with an added twist of the fact that I can only sign players to come through their academy. That doesn't necessarily mean that I won't be making any signings. So for instance, like what they've done previously, Gerard Piqué was a Manchester United player, come out of La Masia, so they brought him back. That sort of thing I can do. So for instance, a player that I may look to target in the future would be someone like Hector Bellerin of Arsenal, that sort of thing. Just because he is a former player of Arsenal, former player of Barcelona, but is now at Arsenal, but came through the Barcelona Academy, fits the style of play, etc. And that is basically what we're going to do, guys. That is the crux of this video. We are going to try and balance the books of Barcelona and only buy academy products from La Masia. Let's get into it. So guys, we are at the start of the game, the 4th of September. We are about to start the league campaign. The reason that we are so close to starting the league campaign is because I wanted to try and make as much business happen as humanly possible before the season started. However, we all know what the first season budgets are like. Nothing was able to happen. All of these transfers were already arranged before I got here. No ins, no outs. This is just what I've currently got to deal with. In terms of the finances though, this is what we are trying to sort out. There's only 27 million in the current bank balance, and I reckon one season, as things are, because I've not been able to make any changes just yet, is going to be an absolute mess. So it's going to be an uphill struggle from here. I am going to prioritize players from the academy in the first season as well. So, you know, the players like Coutinho, Griezmann, etc., they may not be getting a great deal of minutes because we are ideally going to do what Pep used to do and do what Cruyff used to do before that, which is value the players coming through the academy, and that's what we're trying to do here. Obviously, we have a wage budget. We are just inside our wage budget. Currently spending 4.988 million a week on wages. So that's where the issue is. That is completely where the issue is. So the first thing I'm going to do is show you guys the squad and show you where the problems are. So right off the rip, obviously, Lionel Messi on a weekly wage of 1.1 million pounds a week is mad. Griezmann as well, on 600k. Have I already? I can't remember if I've already moved him. Have I already moved him? I have. This is someone who I did try and get rid of, guys. I already removed Coutinho. I've demoted him to Barcelona B. He's on 400k a week as well, but he's not listed in our current first team squad salaries because he's not there, and that's why I couldn't. But I couldn't remember if I had moved him into the B team. But that's Felipe Coutinho, who obviously they paid a ridiculous sum of money from to Liverpool for his services, and we've dropped him down into our second team. But also alongside Messi as high earners, obviously you've got Antoine Griezmann at 600k, Miralem Pjanic 275, another 275 for Busquets, but he is an academy player, so I'm kind of okay to carry him a little bit. 210 for Dembele, 210 for Umtiti, 210 for Jordi Alba. 175k for Frankie de Jong. You can kind of see, guys, why they are having such financial woes, with the fact that you've got over £2 million a week tied up in 3 players in Messi, Griezmann and Coutinho. As I said, I did try and make changes. It just, nobody was biting, which is really disappointing. But this is what we're going to do. We're going to run with it this season. In terms of the tactic, this is what we're going to look at running. It is the GYRFM 4231 Swanzalona. It's based off of Swansea's replication of Pep's tactic at Barcelona. So I thought, what better way to go about it this season than by doing this. This is what I'm trying to do, and I'm trying to promote the youth. So this is why I've kind of accommodated for a couple positions, and kind of left things a little bit more vague. I mean, obviously I could bring Busquets in here, so I probably will do that, bring Busquets in as a DLP. It does mean that, actually no, I'm going to take him out, because it does mean that Frankie de Jong isn't going to get any game time in that capacity. So the roles that we sorted out, obviously Sergio Roberto, Barcelona Academy. Gerard Piqué left for United, came back. Alba isn't actually a Barcelona Academy player, to my knowledge. Oh, yes, he is. Okay, we can keep Jordi Alba. Let's go. I mean, he's old and on a lot of money, but there we go. But now we move into the players that I'm actually going to actively try and promote and use really well. Obviously, we've got Elux Moriba, a favorite of mine this year. I think he's a fantastic talent. He's currently going to be deployed as a box-to-box midfielder, but I don't think that really matters too much. It's not going to harm his development playing a lot of games in one season. I think it can only be good. He's 17 at the moment at the start of the game, so I'm hoping for big things from Moriba. Obviously, another one that they've brought in from Braga is Trincao. He's a good little player, good on the ball, younger, is sort of fits the mold of what I'm trying to do, despite not actually being from Barcelona's academy. He's a good little player, and definitely on a lot less wages than some of the other players at the club. Pedri is going to be my superstar in the central midfield moving forward, I think, in the attacking midfield spot, sorry. He's currently listed as a breakthrough prospect, age 17. This guy's played a ridiculous amount of football this year. He's played all season for Barcelona, played for Spain in the Euros. He was now over in the at the time of recording, playing for Spain in the Olympics. I don't know how that's got on, but this guy's absolutely ridiculous for his age. Honestly, absolutely phenomenal player. Really good player, and I'm looking forward to him developing. He's also one of the best wonder kids in Football Manager this year. Also, with that range of being able to play anywhere in those 3 or in the central midfield, good on both feet. Pedri's going to be the linchpin to our attack moving forward. Obviously, everyone knows about Ansu Fati. Goes without saying, I think longer term he may turn into a striker for me. I just don't see Barcelona have got enough players to play in the wide positions, and not necessarily enough players to play up top. So I think Ansu Fati could end up turning into a striker for me. Obviously, he's only age 17 as well, but looks like a very good prospect. And then obviously we've got the stalwart up top, Lionel Messi. I put him as a striker just to let everyone else do the running for him, and all I need him to do is put the ball in the back of the net. As I mentioned with this tactic, we've done a review of this tactic before on the channel. Please go and check it out. It's a fantastic tactic from GYFM or Gareth. His links will be down in the description. Please go give him a follow. His tactics are fantastic, and we are going to be using one right here, right now. So with that being said, there's not really much else for me to do for the first part of season 1. We're going to simulate the whole season and see how we get on and see what we can do at the end of season 1. Fingers crossed we can pick up some trophies. Whilst it's not paramount that we have success, the main goal of this is to only use academy players and to write the balance the books of Barcelona. It'd be nice to win some trophies, wouldn't it? I'll see you at the end of the season. So then, guys, it is the end of the first season, and this is just a little look at the highlights. So as you can see, Lionel Messi scored 31 goals for us in all competitions. He was the club's top goal scorer, also highest average rating, most assists, most player of the matches. It's Messi. It's to be expected. Unfortunately, though, we did not win La Liga. 86 points was not enough. Real Madrid pipping us at the post with 90 there. Impressive goal difference from Real Madrid as well. But the thing you need to look at, guys, is the finances over on the right hand side. I'm going to go through that in a second. In terms of other competitions, knocked out in the first knockout round by Dortmund. That's disappointing. But we did win the Spanish Cup and the Spanish Super Cup. So I think that's probably just about saved my job, winning 2 domestic trophies, coming second in the league, because that is a really, really poor performance in the Champions League. Messi doing Messi things. Griezmann, top goal scorer in the Spanish Cup, which is disappointing. I really don't like Griezmann. Lionel Messi, Griezmann, Dembele, top goal scorers in the Spanish Super Cup. Then the rest is just Lionel Messi, isn't it? So in terms of other things, let's talk about these finances then, shall we? That was sat at 27 million. And I told you it would be a big issue this season because we didn't manage to offload anybody. And I completely stand by that. And as you can see, we are now 116 million in terms of the overall balance. And in terms of debts and loans, we have a net debt after one season of 281 million. That is just ridiculous. We're in transfer debt as well. We've got loans, 200 million, almost 200 million's worth of loans to pay. Obviously, the net debt is still there. It is absolutely ridiculous after one season to be in this much trouble. Barcelona already in trouble, and this is just exacerbated things. There's not really much else to update you guys on in terms of transfers. There is one player coming in. Obviously, you can see we've let a lot of players go. A lot of them are younger players. They're just not players that I think are good enough to get into this team. But if the eagle-eyed ones of you the eagle-eyed people amongst you will notice that there is a player joining us, and that is former La Masia prospect Eric Garcia. He was available on a free transfer. So as you can see, that is him transfer listed for $1 million, despite he's coming to join us anyway. So Barcelona lost him to Man City for 1.8 million back in the 2017-2018 season. He's still not even in real life played a huge amount of games for Man City, so I managed to pick him back up and get him back in the squad, maybe to sort of help out Gerard Piqué, and the fact that we are probably going to try and sell Lenglet and TT, that sort of thing. We're going to try and move some of those guys on. I think he's a very, very good pickup, again, for not too much money. He's going to come in on a much lower wage than the majority of the players that we have got at the club, so I am very pleased to pick him up. But unfortunately, no other news. Obviously, everything else is all just loans. I need to sit down and try and figure out this financial situation. It's an absolute mess. In terms of the finances, we've got a £70 million transfer budget. I'm not spending it. We need to right these wrongs. We need to sort out these debts. I will be back, guys, at the start of the next season. Hopefully, we've managed to move some players on. I'll be back in a sec. Okay, guys, so it is the start of season 2, and I did some transfer business early doors. Obviously, you guys knew about Eric Garcia coming in for a free, but we have also managed to move some players on. There is a transfer that is missing from here, and I don't know why he is missing. He's also gone to PSG. And where is he? There he is, Felipe Coutinho. After a year in Barcelona B, Felipe Coutinho has gone to Paris Saint-Germain. I took a massive cut price, £18.75 million, to get rid of him. I just didn't want him at the club, especially on 400k a week. I just can't carry that. So despite paying Liverpool 128 million, just a couple seasons later, being labelled a burden in my eyes, he has now departed for PSG for 18.75 million. Also joining him at PSG is Antoine Griezmann. So PSG have inherited £1 million a week wage budget just from us, from players that I wouldn't want to use anyway in a longer term save. So Antoine Griezmann has left us for £54 million. He has gone to PSG, as I mentioned, and Miralem Pjanic has also left. He has joined Inter for 30 million. So he's not actually been at Barcelona all too long, because they did do the swap deal with some money for Arthur. 55 million they paid, 30 million they got back. These are the sorts of transfers that you're going to start seeing Barcelona do a lot of soon, I think. Just trying to offload players left, right and centre. It's a very, very strange way of doing things. This is the look of the team. Actually, that means I've made some more transfers. Sorry guys, it's been a little while since I played through this. and I'm coming back to record it. I have been ill the past couple of days, so we have made some additional transfers out. Junior Firpo has gone. He's gone to Borussia Mönchengladbach. Dortmund have bought Ronald Araujo, I think is how you say that, for 37 million, and Arsenal have bought Emerson for 10. But we did buy Hector Bellerin from Arsenal. I did mention him in the intro. We did manage to go and pick up Hector Bellerin. We also got Alex Grimaldo from Benfica, the left back. Good little player. Will give a little bit more depth to us at that left back spot behind Jordi Alba. Obviously, we do have other players who can play there, but actually having two natural academy produced players is a good look for us. I'm really happy with that. So we have got a financial outlay. We have spent some money. They are on former Barcelona Academy players. So I feel that that's not breaking the rules. But that is the business we've done. In terms of the finances, though, look at what we've managed to put together. An overall balance now of 246 million, which is great. We've definitely righted things. A lot of that is all transfer revenue. We've got a 200 million pound transfer budget that I'm not going to spend. In terms of the debts and the loans, net debt obviously zero in the net debt, which is fantastic. But we do have remaining loans totaling 186 million, which obviously I will continue to try and get rid of. In terms of the team, though, obviously the tactic is still the same. We have made a couple changes in here. We've also promoted Ilias Akomash. I think this guy could be a little prodigy coming out of Barcelona. He's currently 17 in game, 1 year in. You can find him in the lower reaches of the Barcelona Academy system. He looks like a very good prospect, and I'm hoping with some game time he can really turn into a little bit of a player. Natural attacking midfield right and in the central midfield, can kind of play on the attacking left and up top as well. It's exactly what we want, that versatility coming through the academy. This is exactly the sort of thing that we are looking for. I've also... Where's he gone? I did bring up Gavi, if that's how you say his name, but he got unhappy that he wasn't going to play some games, so I did drop him back down into the reserves. Junior Jean-Claire Todibo is back from his loan, as are some of the others. And I think at the start of this season, we've actually got a much better situation. The squad may not be as deep in terms of talent for talent, but in terms of what we're trying to do and how we're trying to achieve things in this particular video, I think we're in a very good spot. Akomash isn't going to be my lead striker. It's probably going to be Messi again. Obviously, you can see Messi and Dembele, for instance, are still currently away on international duty. So fingers crossed we can get them back and get them firing into the starting 11. Obviously, we have done some good stuff. Pre-season is currently underway. We beat Inter, drew with Man City, lost to PSG, but it doesn't really matter. Neymar doing Neymar things against his former club. Pre-season doesn't really matter, does it? Let's get into the simulation. We'll simulate season number 2, guys, and see how this younger, more financially stable Barcelona can get on. So then, guys, it is the end of the season number 2, and things haven't really gone according to plan with this younger, more financially stable Barcelona team. Lionel Messi sharing the top goal scorer at the club with Ansu Fati, 22 goals apiece for those two. Highest average rating, of course, was Messi again. Most assists, De Jong and Trincao. Garcia with the highest pass completion, obviously, since coming back in from Man City on that free transfer. I think we've done okay. We've done okay. We've not done spectacular. Obviously, the league form, Real Madrid have won the league again, and this time Atletico pushed them a lot closer than we did in season number 2. I'm only going to give myself 5 seasons. I don't want to go much beyond that. The idea of this is to mainly stabilize Barcelona and try and win some stuff. If we could win the league, I think that'd be fantastic. Obviously, with this as part of the rebuild, without actually going and signing, not stupid, but elite level players. That is my goal here. My goal here isn't to win quadruple after quadruple every single season. My goal is to balance the books and look after this club. So we finished 3rd in La Liga. We did secure Champions League football by a comfortable margin, which is kind of what you're looking for, especially after we've moved out big players, Pjanic, Griezmann, Coutinho. It's kind of to be expected in season 2. Give me another year. Give me another year. Next year's our year. In terms of other competitions, though, guys, how do we get on? been a good season, has it? Knocked out in the quarterfinals of the Champions League by RB Leipzig. That's disappointing. Knocked out in the Spanish Cup semi-final by Real Madrid, and then knocked out in the Super Cup semi-final by Valencia. Not very good. We've also not got goal scoring stats there, which means we didn't score against Valencia. Ouch. Ouch. Okay. This is going to take some work, but obviously the finances at the end of the season have gone down since the start. That's kind of how things work. We've now got an overall balance of 187, almost 168 million. The debts and loans, obviously net debt is still 0. The remaining balance on the overall loans is going down. It's definitely in the right vicinity. We are paying a decent chunk a month, but at least this time we can actually afford it, and that's why we're going down in terms of our overall balance, because we're paying our loans and we're not actually going in further debt, which is nice. That is really nice, isn't it? In terms of other things, I've been doing a bit of scouting, guys, and there's going to be some players on my shortlist here that you may not have known played for Barcelona. So shout out to anyone in the comments if you knew that these guys played for Barcelona. I've obviously had to do some research. Dani Olmo is a player who we will potentially be looking at bringing in at some point. Started his career at Barcelona before going over to Dinamo Zagreb. Another one that really caught me off guard was on Andre Onana, the Ajax goalkeeper. He actually came out of Cameroon via Samuel Eto'o's school academy. I can't remember specifically what I read about this, but Onana was part of a Samuel Eto'o, school, whatever, in Cameroon, and then got picked up by Barcelona. So what a fantastic addition he could be in goal if we are looking for a former protege from the Barcelona Academy. Obviously, you've got certain players in here that everyone knows about, your Marc Bartras, etc. Christian Tello, Cesc Fabregas, I'm keeping an eye on, but he's retiring. Another one that was interesting to me, Mario Icardi. I did not know that Icardi was at Barcelona back in the day, right at the start of his career. I always thought he played in Serie A up until his move to PSG. He now finds himself at Manchester United. He did not want to come to Barcelona. We didn't really pull the trigger. I thought he'd be on too much money, but 115 a week, I could carry that. Anyway, we've got a little bit more work to do. I'm not fully finished with this job. I want all of the debt gone, and then we can maybe look at building a clean slate, starting things afresh. It was a disappointing season number 2. Hopefully we can come back at the start of season 3 and it can be even better moving forward. So then, guys, we move into the start of season 3, and we've done some more transfer business, and some of this actually really upset me. Frenkie de Jong, PSG came in again. They spent more money. Frenkie de Jong was wanted by PSG, and he actually wanted to leave. So we got 120 million for him, and we also sold Clément Lenglet to PSG as well. Losing these 2 players prompted me to actually go out and buy a big player myself. So we went out and spent a lot of money, 95 million up front for Dani Olmo from RB Leipzig. He now comes in to play in that midfield, that void, I guess, that is going to be left by de Jong. Great perfectionist personality, can play central attacking midfield or central midfield, good on both feet. He's been capped for Spain, and obviously now he's at Barcelona, you'd like to think he's going to get capped for Spain a lot more. So we've spent a decent amount of money. Obviously, still, I don't like how this is showing transfers with Dani Olmo being in there. He should be in this season, really. Obviously, we've loaned out Wagyu as well. Obviously, we are trying to bring some of the youth players through. So I showed you a Komash at the start of the season. Let's have a look at Ilias Komash. As you can see, he had a good little season for us last season. His development has been progressed by that, playing 12 times in La Liga, which is good. Didn't really have a fantastic impact in those 12 appearances. 11 were substitute appearances, so I'm not too hard on him. I think he could be a player moving forward. I think this season he could well play a few more minutes for me this year. Obviously he is like an understudy to Messi, so maybe Messi can do some mentoring for me. That would be fantastic. We've also gone in, and this is kind of the main bones of the team that I'm running. I'm leaving the striker position open because I'm hoping that Gavi will be put here. He looks like a fantastic little prospect, and I'm hoping with game time he gets a lot more development. He definitely has all the attributes, in my opinion, for a striker versus a midfielder, so I am training him to play as that advanced forward. I definitely think he's got all the attributes for it. He's a consistent performer, he's young, he's on cheap wages, which is fantastic. He's a creative player, which is great. You know, as you can see, his development's on the rise. You know, versatile, he's fantastic. He could be a real talent for us. He's a little bit short, reminds me a little bit of Messi. He is 5'5", but I think he could be a little bit of a player, guys. This is roughly what we're going to be doing. Garcia at centre back, Olmo, Mariba, Messi, Pedri, Fati. We've got a roster of players down here. Obviously we've still got Ter Stegen, Bellerin, Todibo, Jordi Alba, Grimaldo, Puig, Trincao, Dembele, Gavi, Comash. We've got lots of players, but this is kind of the bones. I think this midfield could actually be a very good one going into season 3. Let's start the simulation and see if we can actually win a trophy this year. So after a trophyless season 2, is season 3 any better? And in terms of a league result, no. Valencia have won La Liga, close fought by Real Madrid. Real Madrid scoring roughly the same amount of points each year, I've noticed. It seems like you need above like 87 to win the league, which is very interesting. It's nice to have that in mind. Remember, I'm not playing these games, guys. I'm simulating the whole season in one hit, just to try and make things move. How did we get on in other competitions though? Ooh, that almost makes it a little bit better. Knocked out in the first round of the Champions League by Liverpool. Disappointing, but Liverpool's Liverpool. Won the Spanish Cup and were runners up in the Spanish Super Cup. Who did we lose to? Real Madrid. Of course we did. Of course we did. But remember, guys, these teams that we are coming up against, Real Madrid, etc., they are still able to buy good players, not just academy players. Maybe I could do a rebuild of Real Madrid at some stage, because their finances aren't too fantastic either, are they? So that in terms of season 3 is disappointing. We've won the Spanish Cup again for the second time in 3 years, which is nice. Atletico Madrid winning it the other time. We beat Real Betis 4-2 in the final. Knocked out by Liverpool in the Champions League. It is what it is. What was the score in that one, out of curiosity? Ooh, we lost the tie 8-1. I wish I hadn't clicked on that. And then finished 4th in the league, and it's a close call, but we have secured Champions League football again, which definitely means the finances are improving. Overall balance of 355 million, which is absolutely ridiculous. We've got a 300 million pound transfer budget, which I am itching to spend, and I'm just not. We've got a 3.8 million pounds a week wage budget, and a large portion of that is covered. Sorry, we're spending 3.8. Our wage budget is actually 4.6. If we make that budget adjustment to roughly what we're spending is around that, so that means that would give us a 340 million pound transfer budget if we wanted to spend it. In terms of the debts though, one of them's gone. We only owe 97 million in terms of debt, which is absolutely ridiculous. One of the things I forgot to say earlier is the main reason, well, one of the main reasons is that we've renegotiated Lionel Messi's contract basically every year. He is now down to he went down to 500k and now he's back up to 550k, because I do still want to keep him at the club despite him being 35 years of age. I think he's still a very good player for us. 4 assists and 2 goals in his last 5 games sort of seems to speak to that as well. Since we've been in this game, he's done pretty well in terms of his goal return. 23, 18, and then 16 in La Liga. 24 assists for Messi as well is absolutely ridiculous, but he has been playing much more on that right hand side. In terms of our team report and our analyst report, I think we're doing pretty well, but things aren't quite as good as I would like them to be. The tactic is still doing the business. It's just the players that the La Liga has are just better. I'm still surprised that Valencia won the league though. I'm still surprised that Valencia won this league, but I will leave it as is. We've still got some more work to do. We've still got a debt to overcome. Let's get into season number 4. Okay guys, so it is the start of season 4. We've not really done anything. I just kind of want to run it back with the squad that we had. I think they have the potential to be very, very good players for us. And in terms of the finances, which we are still trying to deal with, overall bank balance now, £582 million in the bank. Bearing in mind, after the first season, it was minus 100. I think I've done a pretty good job of writing this Barcelona mess. We've got a really big transfer budget, which I so want to spend, but I just haven't. Debts and loans, obviously, we've still got this bank loan that we are trying to pay back. In terms of the squad, obviously, where I've not changed anything, I'm just letting everything go for the assistant manager. He can do whatever he likes. This is the shape that we're running. Obviously, it is the GYRFM Swanzalona. We've still got some of the old guard here. Busquets is still here, PK, Messi. But everyone else is younger and active and ready to get things moving. I'm hoping season 4 is a trophy winning season 4. And I don't just mean the Spanish Cup. I'll be back at the end of the season. So guys, season 4. We won the league. We won La Liga with 95 points, and that is very good. I said that we need in and around 90 to secure the league title. 95, fantastic, gets us over the line, and it looks like we've been in first for a little way across the season as well, which is fantastic after a little bit of a ropey start. 95 points in the league is fantastic. Ilyas Akomash coming in with 27 goals. I told you about this youngster. He is good. And he is now very, very good, age 20. Obviously, we've been trying to give him a lot of game time. But look at his goal return now after one fantastic season. 27 goals for him in terms of everything for his Barcelona career. Let's open that career stat history. 28 goals in 57 games is very, very good. Very high average rating this season of 7.42. I'd be very intrigued to see where he has played. Where have you played, analyst? Where has he played? Oh, I need to figure this out a little bit more. Did you play against Villarreal, pal? No, you didn't. Or is it loading? I don't know. I think I've broken it. Oh, it's generating the match report. Game. I just wanted to see his stats, man. I just wanted to see his stats. I just want to know what position he's been playing in. Don't worry about it. Let's maybe take a look at one of the lineups towards the end of the season where he's scored a decent amount of goals. Absolutely blitzed someone towards the end of some of these teams towards the end of the season. Ilyas Akomash, he scored in this game against Zaragoza. Where has he been playing? Attacking midfield, right. So he's been out in Messi's spot, which is nice. We've got some very good results here in this season, I must admit. Winning the league, a little bit of a ropey start, as I mentioned. Draws with Granada, Zaragoza, Real Sociedad, lost to Lyon. I will say I need to get this out of the way. We went out in the group stage of the Champions League, which is embarrassing. We finished bottom as well. Rangers finished above us, Lyon and Leipzig. Disgusting, but we did win the league. So we won the league and we won the Spanish Super Cup, knocked out in the semi-finals of the Spanish Cup by Valencia, and then obviously out in the Champions League group stage, which is just abysmal. Obviously winning the league has saved my job here. Akomash dominated though is a very, very nice story for a young Barcelona talent. Obviously, La Masia have produced another wonder kid with this guy, and is definitely one that you should take a look at in your saves. Obviously, the La Liga, we've done really well here. Amazing goal difference, 86 in terms of goal difference. We've absolutely blitzed teams. Scored 127 goals, 14 against Mallorca. Oh my god. And 9 against a lot of other teams as well, which is absolutely crazy. 3 losses all season in this league campaign, all away from home, all relatively big score lines as well. Lost 4-0 away to Sevilla, 6-0 to Atletico Madrid, and 3-0 to Athletic Bilbao. Obviously, it kind of goes without saying, we are trying to do almost the impossible here, just win things with academy players. We've not really signed anybody, especially this season, definitely didn't sign anybody, and as you can see, Aaron Wan-Bissaka is at Atletico Madrid, and Anthony Martial is at Real Madrid. So you can see that other teams are making transfers, but unfortunately we are not. And it looks like clean sheets have been our issue, despite we've actually scored a lot of goals ourselves. So let's have a look at the finances and stuff. The overall balance again at 375 million at the end of season 4, with a La Liga title in the bag as well, which is fantastic. So we've still got that 300 million transfer budget, which is great. But the best thing I can talk to you about is this bank loan is now only at 50 million quid, which we could actually, I'd rather just pay this off and have no debt. But that is the way that things go. In terms of the finances, though, we've definitely balanced the books. We are nice and healthy. As you can see, this is where we were at the end of season 1. It's been a mess. We've gradually raised the overall balance up. We've been really good. We've been really frugal with it. We sold a lot of players, and hopefully now we've won La Liga, I can feel a little bit more justified in what I've done and how many players I have sold. We're gonna roll the dice for one more season, season number 5, and see if we can build on this La Liga campaign. I will see you at the start of the season, just in case we've made any more additions. So guys, I said that the issue was defense, and we did let Ronald Araujo go a few seasons ago over to Dortmund in Germany, and we have pulled the trigger on a £40 million deal up top to bring him back to Barcelona. He's grown into one hell of a player throughout his career. His time in Germany has done him really well. He's played over 30 games in all 3 seasons that he's been in the Bundesliga. And it's time to bring him back. We sold him for 37. We're basically giving them that back up front, with a longer run to getting things more progressively expensive in the future, to be perfectly honest. It's all weighted on whether we win stuff or whatever. But big game player, consistent player, and I'm hoping his 6'3" frame, his good jumping reach can really help us out at the back. It is an area that we were lacking. That's why we went out of the Champions League. That's why we conceded so many goals. And I'm hoping Big Ronald can be the one to do the job. Not much has progressed other than that, guys. Everything is still relatively as you would expect. The debt is still there. It's ticking down slowly, but it's still there. Still at that 50 million, which I think is what it was at last time I showed you. This is the last season, guys. The last hurrah. I will be back at the end of season number 5. I'll see you guys in a sec. So then, here we are, final season of this Barcelona rebuild, the La Masia challenge, as I'm going to dub it. This is where we are. Unfortunately, we were top for a large portion of the season. Sorry, no, we weren't. I thought we were top. We were second for a large portion of the season. We dropped down, and we did ultimately finish in second behind Real Madrid again. Ansu Fati dominating the goal charts, 30 for him this season. Dani Olmo's doing really well. Big Ronald has come in and got the most highest pass completion, but also got 17 yellow cards. Risky. In terms of all competitions, though, it's not been as good a season as last year. Season 4 would have been a great one for me to finish on. But unfortunately, we've not been able to build on that success of winning that La Liga trophy. Knocked out in the first round of the Champions League. The Champions League has just been ridiculous for me in this simulation. We just cannot do anything in it. We won the Spanish Cup again, runners up in the Spanish Super Cup. We lost on penalties to Atletico. In the Spanish Cup final, we beat Athletic Pamplona. Wow. On penalties, ouch. And then obviously lost the league by 5 points. It's a disappointing end to this challenge and to what I've been trying to achieve. We did manage to win a La Liga. We've won a fair few Spanish Cups as well, 3 in 5 years, which isn't too bad. But ultimately, we didn't achieve the crowning goal of winning a Champions League, but we definitely set the club up for a much, much, much better season. Obviously, we have £3.9 million remaining on our last little bit of loan. This is Barcelona 5 years into the future, almost removing all of their debt and being able to go again. The year is 2025, and I am happy to leave Barcelona at this stage in capable hands, knowing that their financial ruin is no longer imminent. In terms of their financial summary, 450 million in terms of their overall balance, 275 of transfer budget is still there. There's still so much that we could do with this club, but they are in a very good state. They are in a very healthy state. We've tried to promote youngsters as well. Let me show you someone like Mariba. Mariba's played a lot of games for us in this simulation. He's wanted currently by Liverpool, but look at his development. Let's go into his development and look at his progress and his attributes. All time, please. As you can see, guys, he has gone up an absolute storm. He is a absolutely electric player. His passing's gone up 3. His long shots have gone up 3. His free kick taking's gone up 5, which is great. Corners up 4. He's just a much more efficient, better monster of a player. He's done very well. Major improvements in all attributes, and he's still only 22. He could get scary good. Pedri's gone up nicely as well in terms of all of his attributes. He's looking like a very dangerous player. 13 goals and 7 assists for him. He is wanted by Chelsea, as you do. Ansu Fati, the top goal scorer at the club. I did have a feeling he may end up turning into a striker, and he has done. Not as prolific a striker as Erling Haaland in my Manchester United rebuild, but a very good striker nonetheless. Looking like he could do damage whenever he wants. And then obviously we've got the youngsters, Gavi, who is progressing nicely. He's still only 20 years of age, so maybe a couple more years he could be leading the line for us at FC Barcelona. 8 goals and 8 assists in his games this season isn't too bad in all competitions, bearing in mind he is still only 20 years of age. And Ilyas Akomash, my main man from last season, top goal scorer, definitely did drop off a lot this season. Only 9 goals and 8 assists for that 21-year-old. He still looks very good though, but maybe he's had a little bit more of a down season than you would have hoped for. Other than that, guys, I think this is where I'm going to have to leave it. 5 years at Barcelona has gone very quickly, in my opinion, and we've really rebuilt the club. Obviously, that one final debt payment to the bank is going to be glorious, getting that last final one done, but I'm not going to be here to see it unless you guys let me know down in the comments that you would like to see me spend all the money that I've now saved, sort the club out. I've spent 5 years sorting the club out. Let's just ruin it again. Spend it all. See how much we could, see who we can bring in, see what sort of squad we can put together, and have one more run at the Champions League. If you would like to see me do that as a standalone video, please do drop it in the comments down below. I'd be very interested to do it, but only if you guys would like to see it. But that is where I'm going to leave it. If you have enjoyed today's video, guys, don't forget to drop a like on it down below. Subscribe to the channel if you are new around here for daily Football Manager content. And until next time, guys, take care of yourselves and take care of each other. And I'll see you on another one very soon.